Hi everyone, this is Diana. It is the end of July 2011. Today's the 27th. I cannot believe it has been a month since I've done a video. So I know it sounds like a confession, but I just can't believe where the month has gone. So I figure it's time to show you what I've been up to. Well, no, I'm going to just show you a card, and I'll do another video, and then I'll just show you all the cards I've done, because I have been doing a card a day this month, so it's been kind of busy. But what we're going to do today is we're making an A2 card, and an A2 card, so you can see the measurement, is 8.5 by 5.5, and then it's folded in half to give you a 4.25 by 5.5 size card. And the cartridge that I've used is Preserves. I don't know if any of you have this. I mean, of course some of you have this cartridge. It was not high on my list of cartridges to buy, but I got it for a fairly good price, and I thought, well, maybe there's something on here that I'd like. So there's lots of fruit, and they're very stylized images. So I went ahead and I did the watermelon, and I'm going to just show you. This is the booklet, and this is the watermelon I cut out. It's on page 38. I cut it at 3 inches. It's a fairly good size card, image at 3 inches. So you wouldn't want it any larger than that, I don't think, for this size card. So I went ahead and I cut the non-shifted image in the darker green, the shifted image in a lighter green, and then the layer non-shifted in a brown. You could go a darker brown, but I kind of like this for the effect I was going to get. And then I shifted the layer 1, and I used a reddish color, kind of red, orangey, watermelon-y color. Anyway, I really like the way this came out, so I'm just going to show you how I put it together. And I did this really quickly. I used the Scotch Quick Dry adhesive here, and it does dry quick. Now, you always want to do the top layers first, so I don't put a lot of this on because it kind of spreads as you put it on, and I don't want it all over the place. So, and I always like using this just to put it on there. And this one here is actually I love this cartridge because the images are so simple. There's 4 layers to this. Those cartridges I have that have like 27 layers, it's like forever to get anything done. Whoops. So same thing here. I'm just layering. Whoops, kind of went a little crazy on that one. Anyway, like I say, this does dry quick, and when you layer this, you want to go to the top, because you know you're going to want that green at the bottom, that lighter green. And what I do, I kind of smear it around a little, because like I say, I don't want it oozing out the top. And there we go. And it's starting to dry already, so there. Looking like a watermelon, isn't it? And then last but not least, this one. Now I am making this card in front of you. I have not made this card yet, so you will be the first ones to see it, and then I'm going to post it on my my blogspot as soon as I'm done here. Now, what I really liked doing, okay, I've already done one of these, but I went ahead and took this Glossy Accents, which I just love and I put it a little bit right in each of these to give those watermelon seeds kind of that watery look, that glossy look. And then I went ahead on the next page, it's page 39, I did the same thing. They have a smaller cut out watermelon, and you really couldn't cut this in half, you'd only get 2 seeds, and the 3 seeds always give it a nicer look, I think. So, so far, so good. I've got this. You've seen how easy that goes together. Now, if you're going to cut these out, choose a dark green, a light green, a brown, and kind of an orangey red that are all in the same. You can buy paper packs. Usually when you buy a paper pack, everything in there will match. And this makes designing a lot easier than going, unless you really like picking out one sheet here, one sheet there. And you can do it too, although in the store, the colors of the lighting, sometimes you'll have fluorescent light, it'll look one way. I've done this so many times, I get it home and the color just isn't right. So there's their watermelon. And there's my card. Now what am I going to do? So I decided, I did go through, I didn't do watermelon, but I looked through the book and I used melon. I really liked this. And so I went ahead and printed that, cut that out in kind of a blue color. And when you look at this, you go, oh gosh, those colors just don't match. So again, the thing is pulling the colors together. So I've got here these greens and then this crazy looking blue that doesn't really look like it matches. So what I also did, I went ahead and I cut 4 pieces of paper all at 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card. So if the card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, you're going to want the piece of paper that you cut to be 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just a 1/4 inch shorter. Now I played around and I put the watermelons on and the type. And this looks okay. This is flowers. It's got the blue that matches here. It's got the green that's in here, and this matches the watermelon color. So that's a great color. I played with that one. Then I moved my goodies over to this little dotted one, which really works great. It's a very small kind of speck dot pattern, and it would look good. And then I also went for the little circles, which kind of represent the roundness of the watermelon, and then this type. But I thought, well, melon and just that might not be enough. So I also got out lyrical letters, and I cut this very delicate thanks. And this has been around a while. Thanks a melon. But I did it in, and it's almost kind of lost. Yeah, I can put the A there, but it's almost kind of lost if you see it against the dots. So I tried, the spots, these are more spots, these are more like specks. And then these are the triangles. And I think or diamonds, I'm sorry. I really like this pattern. So I'm going with this. Oops, you guys, I'm really not doing you any favor here, am I? Okay, so I really thought this gave it a nice look. So I'm just going to put this together while you watch, and then this should go together real quick. Now I'm using the ATG gun. Everybody probably has these by now. They're fairly easy to get. Use those 40%, 50% coupons and get them for $20 with 2 rolls of tape. It's a great way to do it. think I'm bumping into my camera while I do this. Anyway, that looks pretty even. So then I'm actually not going to use this one that I made with you because I haven't put the glossy accents in it yet. I haven't done a video in a while, so if I'm out of camera, I apologize. Alrighty, so I think I want to pop these up, so I'm going to use the pop dot things, whatever they're called. And I got when I was gluing these, you know how this glue spreads. Oops, I better close it or that will dry quick. All right, I got a little glue right here, and I'm just going to cover that. When I put this down, I'm going to just cover it so you won't even see that. So you can always cover up your mistakes if you make them. And you know what? These are homemade cards. They're handmade cards, homemade, whatever you want to call them. So if you make mistakes, it's okay. We're not perfect, and that's part of life anyway. So let me see where I want that melon here. And so I think I'm going to put the melon down first. And no, wait a minute. Like I say, I'm playing with this as I speak. And you know what? No, I'm going to put the watermelons down first. And let's see here. Thanks, yes. Okay, the other thing. I do not want the watermelon to be like on the line there. It just takes away from the design. If you throw it off a little bit, see how that looks like it's just going straight? I want it off a little bit so it gives it a little more interest. And so I will place it right here. There. And now I need to pop these guys up too. Okay. So I kind of don't want to place that yet. And the other thing, I do not want these like looking like that. So I want to place them a little differently. And I think I'll put this guy down for, well, put this one. Actually, I want to play with them both at the same time before they're stuck down. I'm just showing you this video how I think as I'm planning my designs. I don't know if any of you think differently, but I play around with them a little bit before I completely place them down. And there we go. How are we liking that? How's that look? Pretty good, I think. Okay, now I'm going to use my Zig 2-way glue for this. This one's a little tricky. And I always have pieces of scrap paper down. The other thing, when I was cutting this, I noticed a few little white lines that I didn't like on the type. So I took one of those little ink pads. They always stick. Alright, and okay. I don't think this one really comes out like all that straight anyway. Anyway, I took one of these color block ink pads, and I have this color here. It's, there we go. It's a blue, kind of a Prussian type blue. In fact, what is it called? Prussian blue. It looks like Prussian blue. Anyway, I dabbed it like in some of the areas where it was showing too much of the white. And actually this is AC cardstock white, and I printed on it. If you would normally use AC cardstock in the color, you would not see that white because AC cardstock is made with the color core to match the outside. So Eegy, I'm not liking this now. Thanks a melon. I gotta get the A in there. You know what? I don't like it. No, I don't. Uh-oh. Okay, that guy's stuck. I just don't like it there. So I'm going to put the melon down here, and I'm going to have to move that somewhere else. This is how I go about my designing. I just want to put the melon down first. If you've noticed, I have a little less space to work on that I had because I got an Imagine here, and I'm loving this machine, so I just love it. Okay. Trust me, there's always a way to make these cards work, and I will probably move this guy up here a little more. Yeah. Okay. That's good. I got the A here still. I think if I did this again, I would probably not do the pop dot things on here. Now you can go online later, and I will post this. This will be on my blogspot, dianamlarson.blogspot.com. Now you see that's Thanks a Melon, made so well. And here we go. Okay, come on. Doesn't want to stay down, so. There we go. What do you think? I think I like it. I like the glossiness. I actually don't like it that puffy though. In fact, can you see what I'm doing? I'm taking, I had two of those on top of each other so it looked even puffier. Okay, that's good enough. Much better. Much better. Cool. Well, anyway, so then I decided I'm going to take a little Sakura gel pen, white jelly roll pen, and just to pop this melon out a little bit, I'm going to give you a little more closer look here. Yeah, isn't that card pretty? I always like the orange and blues together. There we go. Okay, so I think I want to add like just a few little dots here. Little here. And then probably some here. Little bit on this L here. Just a little here. Maybe a little here to emphasize the O. And maybe right here on sometimes these pens get a little clogged up. Okay, I like that. Okay, there's the finished card. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for stopping by, and check out my blog and leave a comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.